Hello, our dear students. We are going to study the last lesson in Unit 2 in Algebra, Lesson 9, Factorization by identifying the highest common factor HCF. We studied before the HCF in grade 4. Let's see our lesson today. First, the meaning of factorization. Factorization for any number is to write it as a product of two factors or more, like that. Okay? If we have 24, we can factorize 24 as follows. 24 can be written as 2 times 12, or 3 times 8, or 3 times 2 times 2. So, factorization or factorizing the number is to write the number as the product of two factors or more than two factors. Also, factorization 36 can be written as 3 times 12, 6 times 6, 2 times 2 times 3 times 3. 2 times 2 equal 4, 3 times 3 equal 9, 4 times 9 equal also 36, and so on. We can write 36 as 4 times 9. The algebraic term for x can be factorized as 4 times x, or 2 times 2 times x. Okay? 2 times 2x, or 2 times 2 times x. Because 4x means that we time 4 by the algebraic factor x. Also, the algebraic term 6x squared can be factorized as 6 can be factorized as 3 times 2, or 6 times 1. X squared is x times x, so we can write it 6x squared equals 6 times x squared, or 2 times 3x, and so on. Now we can say that the common factor for the two algebraic factors 4x and 6x squared is what? 2x, because we can divide 4x by 2x, and also we can divide 6x squared by 2x. So the common factor here is 2x between 4x and 6x squared. Now you can define the common factor of two algebraic terms is to be the algebraic term that divides each of the two terms we have. Okay, so the common factor of two terms or two algebraic terms is the algebraic term that divides each of the two terms. Now, what's meant by the highest common factor? It's the greatest number divides each of the two numbers and denoted by what? HCF. We studied it before. Okay. For example, we can say that 12 is the highest common factor of 24 and 36, because we can divide 24 by 12, and also we can divide 36 by 12. So 12 is the HCF, or the highest common factor of the two numbers we have, 24 and 36. To find the highest common factor HCF for some algebraic terms, we do the following steps. First, find the highest common factor of the numerical coefficient we have of these terms. Second, take each repeated letter in all terms with the smallest index. Okay, and this will be obvious in the examples. 6x squared y and negative 8xy cubed, and the last one is 4xyz. To find the HCF of those terms, yes, it will be like that. 2 x, y. We choose 2 because we can divide 6 by 2, negative 8 by 2, 4 by 2. So 2 is the highest common factor of the numerical factors. And now look at the algebraic factors. X squared y, x y cubed, x y z. The highest common factor of these algebraic factors will be x with indices 1 and y with the index 1. So we can say that 2xy is the HCF of those three terms, algebraic terms. The method of factorization by identifying the highest common factor is to be first to find the highest common factor of the algebraic terms of the expression. Now we have an expression, okay? Put the HCF outside the brackets. The third step is to divide each term we have inside the brackets by the HCF outside the bracket and write the quotient inside the two brackets. Also, we must take some examples to understand more. First example, factorize each of the following by identifying HCF or the highest common factor. 5a plus 15b. Okay, we have 5 and 15 as numerical factors. So we can say that the HCF of 5 and 15 will be 5. Okay, so take 5 outside the brackets like that. It will be 5 outside two brackets. Open the brackets and write the algebraic factor of the first term, which will be a, and the algebraic factor of the second term by dividing 15b by the highest common factor outside the bracket. So we can divide 15b by 5, it will be 3b. So the answer will be 5 outside the bracket. Inside the bracket we write a plus 3b, and this is in the simplest form after factorization by HCF. Now we have 10xy negative 8xz. Okay, the HCF here will be 2x. Now we have 10xy minus 8xz, having the HCF outside the bracket, 2x, open the brackets at the two brackets and divide each term by the new HCF we have outside the bracket, like that. 10 divided 2, 5. Xy divided x will be y, so inside the bracket we write the first term 5y minus 8 divided 2 will be 4, negative 4, yes, x that divided x will be z. 12x squared minus 4xy. Also we have the HCF here will be, yes, 4x only. Now put 4x outside two brackets and divide each term by the HCF, like that. 12 divided 4x will be, yes, 3x inside the bracket. The other term will be negative 4xy divided 4x. It will. Now 21a cubed b squared minus 7a squared b squared minus 35a squared b cubed. We have the numerical factor 21, negative 7 and negative 35. So the HC of these numbers will be 7. The algebraic factors a cubed b squared take the small indices of these letters, so the HCF will be, yes, 7a squared b squared. put this HCF outside two brackets and then divide each term by this HCF like that. Okay. Sometimes HCF of the algebraic expression consists of more than one algebraic term, like that. We have here a squared, okay, b squared, so we have more than one algebraic term, but we have only the numerical factor in the HCF, 7. So the answer will be 7a squared b squared, open the bracket, write 3a minus 1 minus 5b in the simplest form. Factorize each of the following. A, open two brackets, x plus y inside the bracket, plus b inside two brackets, also x plus y. We have here the HCF as a bracket, so we can say that we can take HCF as the bracket, all the bracket x plus y, like that. X plus y outside a new bracket, open and divide each expression by this HCF, so we can write a plus b inside the two other brackets. Another example, x minus y times x plus 3y plus 2x times x minus y. We noted that we have all the bracket as a common factor or as an HCF. So take x minus y in two brackets outside the big bracket, then divide x plus 3y, divide all the bracket inside the new bracket plus 2x. Now collecting the like terms inside the big brackets like that, it will be x plus 2x will be 3x plus 3y, and it will be in the simplest form like that. We can say that we take 3 outside the bracket to be 3x plus y times x minus y, and this is the simplest form of this example after factorization by HCF. 3a, open two brackets, c minus d, plus 4b, open two brackets, d minus c. We noted that there is only a different sign between two brackets, c minus d and d minus c, so take negative signs outside the brackets. It will be d minus c will equal negative c plus d. Taking negative outside the bracket, it will be c minus d, so we can write it as 3a c minus d inside two brackets plus 4b d minus c inside two brackets, and this is the new form for this example. Now you can take c minus d as a bracket outside for the HCF, then write 3a minus 4b like that. So the HCF here is all the bracket c minus d. Then you can write 3a times c minus d minus 4b times c minus d. It will be c minus d in two brackets. In other two brackets, 3a minus 4b. Use factorization by identifying the highest common factor to find the result of the following. First, 57 times 43 minus 57 times 33. We note that 57 is repeated 2 times. We take it as HCF outside two brackets and write 43 minus 33 inside the brackets. So the HCF will be 57 outside the brackets. Inside the bracket we can write 43 minus 33, it will be, yes, 57 times 10, which is equal 570. Without using your calculator, we need to factorize to find the answer. Another example, 7 times 123 plus 7 times 35 minus 7 times 18. We noted that 7 is repeated 3 times in the 3 terms we have, so take 7 as HCF outside the brackets like that. So the HCF will be 7. It will be, yes, 7 times, open 2 brackets, right, the first term will be 123 plus 37 the second term, and the last term will be negative 18, which is equal in the simplest form 7 times 140 equals 980, without also using your calculator. Choose the correct answer. The HCF of f of 9x squared plus 3x will be, yes, we noted that 3 as a numerical factor can be taken outside, because we can divide 9 by 3 and also 3 by 3. It will be 3x. So the HCF of 9x squared plus 3x will be 3x. The highest common factor of 3x squared y minus 9x will be, yes, it will be 3 also x. The highest common factor of the expression 3xy squared minus 6x squared y will be, yes, it will be 3xy, because 3 is the highest common factor of the numerical factor, and x is with the lowest indices, y also with the lowest indices. So 3xy is the highest common factor of this expression. Complete. 6a squared plus 12ab will equal, by taking 3a as highest common factor outside the brackets, so divide 6a squared by 3a, it will be, yes, 2a plus 12 divided 3 equal 4b, like that. Another example, a squared b plus b squared a. Inside 2 brackets we have a plus b, so we can say that you take a, b as a common factor outside the brackets. X times a plus 1 minus y times a plus 1 equal a plus 1 in 2 brackets. In another 2 brackets you can write x minus y. Yes.